Lesson 36, using parallel and perpendicular lines. You guys can just use those symbols like for parallel and for perpendicular. If you want to say that two lines are parallel, let's say line L sub 1 is parallel to line L sub 2, you can use the parallel symbol, and this just says lines L sub 1 and L sub 2 are parallel. And then if you want to say that they're perpendicular, you can use that little upside down capital T, and that just says lines L sub 1 and L sub 2 are perpendicular. That's just some vocab there for you. Two lines are parallel if their slopes are equal. So if you have well, let's just say the slopes, we usually say slope is m. So if you have two lines and their slope m sub 1 equals m sub 2, then the lines are parallel. If they multiply the two slopes and you get -1, then the lines are perpendicular. So I was going to do an example. Sometimes they'll say show the two lines are parallel or show that they're perpendicular, and they just have them graphed. So all you have to do is just find the slopes and then compare them. So I'm not going to show examples on that one, but I do want to show an example where you are asked to find an equation of a line. So it says, let's do this one. Find the equation of the line parallel to y equals -2x plus 3 that crosses the point -4, 2. So if you use the point slope formula or form, remember it's y minus y sub 1 equals m parentheses x minus x sub 1. You have a point. So they gave you this point, -4, 2, and you know the slope. Because it has to be parallel to this line, the slope will be -2. So we have m equals -2, x sub 1 equals -4, y sub 1 equals 2, and we can plug it into our formula. Y minus 2 equals -2 parentheses x minus -4 or plus 4, and there's the equation of a line that's parallel to this line and crosses that point. If you want it in slope-intercept form, you just solve for y. So you would just add 2 to both sides, what's it called? Distribute this -2, so -2x minus 8 plus 2. So y equals -2x minus 6. And so that's it in slope-intercept. But either way, they're both equations of the line. You could do the same thing if it said perpendicular to, you would just put your slope as the opposite reciprocal, and that would work. Sometimes you're given two lines and asked to see if they're perpendicular or parallel. So you'd say, are these lines parallel or perpendicular? So we have 8x plus 16y equals 16, and 6x minus 3y equals 12. So I would start by dividing everything by 8 on this one, and I get x plus 2y equals 2, and I divide everything by 3 here, and I get 2x, 6 divided by 3 is 2, minus y equals 4. Then I'd solve for y. So I have 2y equals -x plus 2, divide by 2, -1/2 x plus 1. And then this one I would add y to the other side, and then subtract 4. So y equals 2x minus 4. And if we have the slopes, negative 1/2 times 2 will give you negative 1, so the lines are perpendicular. And that's the end of the lesson.